Welcome to Markets Connection. Whether you're joining us for the first time or maybe have checked out our videos before, but a lot has changed with our platform and we're trying to incorporate those updates in this new video. So what is Markets Connection? Well, we're a multi-vendor marketplace, which simply put is an e-commerce platform that allows multiple vendors to have online stores selling products out to buyers that we attract to our platform. So for our initial vision, Markets Connection was going to be an online marketplace that allowed distributors to buy and sell with other distributors. But as we talked to the market and got feedback and learned more about how distributors wanted to buy and sell, it became apparent it wasn't so much a courier purchase play as larger quantities. So ideally pallets or substantially more than single case purchases. So with that learning applied, we added a freight or LTL option, but that also opened up the possibility for manufacturers to sell on our platform. So here's a look at the website as it appears now. We still are calling it a beta test or launch. It's kind of the last step before a full scale launch. It is a live site. We have real vendors with real products listed. We have done sales through the site and are continuing to do so, but it gives us a kind of another opportunity to get feedback and perspective and incorporate improvements into the final version of our site. So here's how it looks. You'll see at the bottom a new category. So that is pallet quantities and heavy items. These are items that necessitate a freight quote. So more to come on that shortly. Here's a typical product listing. So the vendor will choose a product they want to list, put in the title of the product, establish the price, how many of them they have available for sale, add a description, and away we go. Here's an example of a pallet listing. In this instance, the vendor is selling only full pallet quantities of this product. They have 2 available for sale. A buyer will specify how many pallets they wish to purchase. So, what do you need to do to buy on the site? Well, have an eye for bargains, be a distributor, and have a valid credit card. What do you need to do to sell? Well, be a distributor or now a manufacturer, have products you want to move, and set up your online e-commerce store on our platform. And then have a Stripe account. We find that's the best way to split payments between ourselves, the commission we're taking, and the vendor in terms of the monies they're realizing. So why set up a vendor account? Well, it's a great opportunity to sell dead inventory, obsolete products, slow moving products, overstock. Maybe you have a special buy that you couldn't all sell off through your traditional channels. Here's an opportunity for distributors to build volumes to achieve a price bracket, buy more product, get better pricing, and also an opportunity to sell more volumes to help maximize a year-end rebate. And we also see this as an opportunity for distributors and manufacturers to sell into channels other than what they traditionally sell into. So a great channel, the opportunity for cross-channel sales. So are we for distributors only? Well, not anymore. A distributor or a manufacturer can be set up as a vendor. Will people need a distributor? Well, yes. End users who want to buy on the site need to be aligned with a distributor. Manufacturers who want to sell but don't want to set up their own online store can be partnered with a distributor. We can certainly help facilitate conversations in both of those instances. We have adjusted our vendor plans. So the basic plan, you'll see we've reduced the commission to 15%. And then for the elite level, the monthly fee or subscription has been reduced to $19.99 a month. And that activates a commission of 10% on every sale. So in the professional category, you see for buying groups, a distributor with multiple locations or branches, someone selling high dollar items, someone that's going to be a very high volume vendor on our site, well, talk to us and we can negotiate a custom plan. So the beta launch, there are some limitations, but some of those limitations are easing. For vendor plans, we're only running with the basic for the time being, but that is at the elite commission rate. So you get a deal, you can access the site at a 10% commission. Chemical products now can be listed, but only under the bulk freight categories. For courier purchases, payment splitting is limited. That means a vendor will receive payment for the shipping from the buyer, but the shipping's invoiced to Markets Connection. We will send an invoice to reconcile the difference. At this time, UPS is our only courier shipping option. To complete the shipping with UPS, a pickup has to be requested. Our ideal is for the vendor to ask for next day, ideally by web entry, and then that way the pickup fee charged to Markets Connection will be minimized. And we have removed the $5 admin fee that we initially had charged to buyers, trying to recover that pickup fee. So we want to take away reasons not to buy on the site. We ask that only full case quantities are listed, and we can now list pallet quantities, but these require an offline freight quote, which we will facilitate. So a vendor, this is kind of your back office on the site. This is how you can track activity through your vendor store. Here's an example of products listed by a vendor within their back office site. And then for a product listing, as I said earlier, the vendor puts in product name. They can choose a category. We have a number of them pre-populated. If the category you desire is not there, let us know. It can be easily and quickly added. The vendor establishes the price, loads in a product description and images. And then as they continue to round it out, they set the minimum quantity to buy, how many are available for sale. So they got to manage their inventory on our platform. And then also make sure to check off the appropriate tax, in our instance, HST. And then once the listing is completed, we ask that they go to shipping properties and then enter in the product weight and dimensions. If it's for a single case, that will populate the automatic shipping calculation for UPS. If it's a pallet, then we ask that you load in the pallet dimensions. So here's an example of a product listing. We saw this a moment ago, but this time let's execute the purchase. And then you'll see at checkout, the buyer will be given a shipping quote. So this is automatically calculated through the site. As I mentioned, that admin fee has now been waived. That will no longer appear as someone's checking out. And then here's an example where a buyer has bought products from two different vendors. And then you'll see that there's two different shipping calculations that all roll up into that total. And then, as I said, that admin fee will no longer appear. So the vendor, we ask that they go to the UPS portal and put in the details for the next day pickup. That helps minimize the pickup fee charged to us. And here's an example of a product listing for a full pallet. So add it to the cart and proceed to checkout. Now, this is a little bit different. So this will prompt a request for a freight quotation. So we ask the buyer to place the order, but there's no commitment other than to wait and see what the freight quote is. And then they have the opportunity to tell us, yes, they want to proceed with the purchase or no. If they do want to proceed, we will issue an invoice. Upon that invoice being paid, then we will arrange the shipping of the product. And we will also isolate that product or the inventory until we can close out this transaction. So in closing, one distributor or a manufacturer's problem inventory is another distributor's opportunity. So we do hope you join us either as a vendor or a buyer or both. Please do not hesitate to contact us if you have any questions about Markets Connection. Thank you.